In this video, I want to go over signals, how to read them, how to listen to the market. The market will tell you things if you're paying attention. And how I have this whole thing set up in TC2000 is to give me signals. And then you see the signal, you read the context of the situation. There are other factors outside of just technical analysis like fundamentals, news, and the overall market direction. So that's probably 30% of it, and then the rest of it is the chart. So going back and looking at U.S. common stocks sorted by, let's move this, blow this up, year-to-date percent change. So the biggest leaders year-to-date, this is a year-end review. The market is done trading for 2023. It's December 30th on a Saturday. And I've got some time away from the family where I'm by myself for the weekend. So we're going to use that time to prepare for next year and to look at and study charts. So let's SLNO. This is a biotech. Let me go to something a little more popular like Carvana. So it started, this is back in January, and the whole market was bottoming, right? And the way I have this color to have green bar buy signals, and I have also yellow bar buy signals as well. And they're coded in such a way that it catches a number of different patterns that this candle could be forming. I should say patterns, or hits a number of different technical indicators. But you have to keep it in context of, is this a buy signal here? No, because the moving average is moving down, right? Or it's just in a clear downtrend. But then you start getting buy signals in here as it's going sideways, and then it makes a little run, right? So here you get a signal, but that's a bit extended. And there's another signal, but again, it's in a clear downtrend. So it's also like these signals here, you can just put a big X over it because it's in a clear downtrend. I'm looking for signals to go long when we're in a clear uptrend, and then I'm listening to the market to tell me when it's time to get out. So if you take this run here on a daily, you had a nice little run here. You're finally seeing, right? Let's switch over here. Then maybe we're getting some sideways actions and we fill this gap and then we consolidate here. So there is a signal. Does it mean you buy right there? No. Now you're looking for, okay, we had this long downtrend just from the recent, this leg here is 90%. Wow. So then it forms this, it goes sideways, breaks out here, and goes and forms another box, sideways, Darvas box, right? And then now it's setting up a continuation setup of how many days is this? 10 bars, right? And now I would be looking to take it at a break above here, and it's turning orange. So orange, that means we're in a hot uptrend. And when it's orange, I like to hold until I get a signal like something like this, which could be a sell signal, where you're going up, coming back down, a big kind of almost like a parabolic move, right? So that you buy it here, and it goes up 137% in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Right? So you're buying it here with the idea you're going to be scaling out on the way up. All right? And then here we get a sell signal. Right? So as long as it's white, essentially to me is no trend, sideways. Green or yellow is a potential buy signal. And blue is an uptrend, or this lighter blue, darker blue is a downtrend. So here you get a signal, right? And then you could take the next bar and try to short that if you wanted to. But really, that's, to me, you're taking it long here. The play, I like to play the long side. Get in here, you're getting out. If you held the runner, you'd be getting out here. So then you get a buy signal, but there's no follow through. Another buy signal, kind of little follow through. You need to see more basing action, right? And you need, what else? Volume. There's no volume here. Where's the volume? whereas here you had a lot of volume. So here you've got some, it's trying still. You get signals, and then you kind of want to look for like the overall pattern and sideways action. So here, let's go along. You get a nice big gap up on massive volume. Dollar volume on that was 710 million. And what was the news? We could try to go back and look at that here. Let's see. This was May. So I'd be going back a ways. May 5th. Pre-market gainers, a lot of news. Carvana shares climb after it reports narrow Q1 loss. So good earnings, right? Late Thursday, loss of $1.51 per share an hour, than the $2.89 a year ago. So percentage-wise, it's a pretty big increase, right? So then, you're not going to be buying the day before, and you're not going to be buying the. You could. It's a signal, right? So you get in here, you break out above. Now you could be looking at some things like the anchored VWAP. Okay, you're holding now. You're getting above it. You're holding sideways, and you're looking for some type of pattern like this, where it's nice and tight action. Okay, and then you get a sell signal here, but the next bar, the next candle is a buy signal here, and then you take it. So you could be scaling in like right in here, right? Because you had a gap up of almost 25%. Then it goes sideways. Then you can buy here, right? And you put your stop below that candle. And now we're looking for sell signals, which we do get one here. But something this volatile with such a high ADR, you're up 75%. If you put your buy stop, even if you catch it right here, you're going to be scaling out, right? So then now you could hold on a runner. Okay, here's a sell signal. Are you going to try and short that? In the context of no, because it's still holding well above this low, this gap. And really you'd be looking for, okay, maybe I'm holding, have your rules for runners, but you'd also be looking to get back in. Maybe you took it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day swing. You made a nice gain. You took your profits. Let's say you took all your profits in here. Then it comes down, consolidates. Now we're just looking for signals. You get a buy signal here, and then another signal here. Then you get some sideways action, and you get another big breakout here. And now we're scaling out. So here's a potential sell signal. Not a short signal, but a potential take profit signal. Right, and then we break down through it here. Here's a buy signal. You take it. Nice clean uptrend, 28%. Now, here's a sell signal. So for me to want to go long, again, this is where I would really take it off my radar, given the context of, from a long standpoint. And actually, I did end up shorting that. Now we're just looking for buy signals again. You get the gap up. Here's a buy signal. Here's a buy signal. You break above, you enter here. Maybe you give it some room. And then you're just getting it, you ride it up until this sell signal. Take profit. You could say a take profit signal. So it's a choppy one. AAOI, probably a little cleaner. A buy signal. Way back here. Right there. Okay. This is on volume. And now you get the follow through. So that's what you want to see. You get the buy signal. You get these buy signals. You don't have to take them. You can take them, even take the next candle. Right? So here's a clear, now we're in a clear uptrend. A screaming red hot uptrend. And you got to be taking profit, scaling out on the way. Then it pulls back. And what do we get right here? A really nice buy signal. Now you might want to say, okay, I want it to trade above this candle. That's fine. Then it does. Goes on a nice little run again. And all the volume's still coming in. So here's a sell signal. But we're still well above a rise of 50. Another sell signal. So it's really kind of shaking people out. And what was the market doing at this time? Let's see, that this was AOI 727. So the market was really selling off here. But look, this AOI. Yeah, another shakeout August 3rd. So here the market's selling off, and look at, and AOI is breaking out. It's up 67% on a day with a buy signal. Now, if you'd like to wait for new highs, okay, wait for your new highs. I would enter on something like that right there. If it's reversing higher. So this was August 4th. Let's look at the news. Earnings flat. Revenue of 65 million versus estimate of 657. So here 24 cents from a loss earlier, 26 cents. So that's a massive turnaround. 65 million up from 34 million from, wow. So that's game-changing news. Game-changing news right here. Well, I'd say game-changing. It already had a big run up. So that's another thing. You got to look at it like, okay, well, we had a big run up. You can get in here on that day, ride it. You're going to be scaling out with the context of you've already run up 449%. All right, so now we get the pullback. Get your sell signals coming in. And then here it starts getting tight. Get a tweezer bottom. Boom, here you go. Right there, it's a buy signal, buy signal. Now we're in an uptrend. Pullback, another buy signal up here. I don't see any reason to sell this until about here. So if you got in there, you had a nice easy run of 185%. Okay, MYO. This was a medical device company. They've got earnings. Let's see. Float. Other thing to look at is a float on these. And the TC2000, the float's not always accurate, but this is a smaller float for AAOI. MYO. And it also is something that you look at the weekly chart. You're going to get better signals. Right? Buy signal. Now you can start to see, okay, this is selling off. These type of candles. Buy signal here, another buy signal here. But if you look at the history of this stock, it made a huge run back here. So it's a former runner. It's capable of making big moves. MYO, not necessarily the case. It made a run back here. You get a buy signal there. We hold above it. Here's a buy signal. Now, here's a sell signal, but it's still in the context of tight action, which that actually can be good because you're shaking people out, all the weak holders. You had a run up here of, what, 80 plus, almost 100%. Then it breaks out, you get the buy signal. And that is why it's hard to play both sides, the short and long. Because if you're just looking for shorts, you might take that short. But that, you look at this line, it's green, it's moving up. Here it's blue and moving down. It's downtrend. So anyway, we get this run up right there, 200%. Let's look at Carvana on the weekly. Okay, nice run up here. Look at this buy signal right there. MY on a daily breaks out. Again, here's a potential sell signal, but it's still in the context of pretty tight action. Same here. Now that didn't color, that should have colored, but that's obviously you want to be out. something like that. Some of these that, like I want to trade just looking at the chart, they're very choppy. CIFR. Looking at the daily chart, you're getting a lot of signals in here. Probably a little too choppy for my liking. Maybe you can flip to a weekly. But even then, that's too choppy. This is a little smoother, right? A lot smoother, right? It follows the nice leg up. You have a nice leg. How nice is that leg? 382% move, pulls back, comes sideways, and I did a video about this earlier when it was going sideways like this. You can see it starting to get really tight in here. You get a buy signal there, and then another buy here, and it runs up. Right, so it's in a nice downtrend, sideways action, breakout. Here you've got volume. Now you get this nice ascending wedge, and you break out here. If you buy it, if you have a buy stop order, even right there, you hold it for what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4-day move. That's a gain of 36%. Right, so you want to be scaling out on something like that. And now if we go and look at Mora, which just had a nice run up, we can look at the couple legs. Let's look at this leg here. Actually, let's go back. Right, so you have a run up here, your first leg, then you get this sideways action, long consolidation, some buy signals in here, not much follow through. Now here's where I would look to buy as it's breaking above. Maybe get a little run there, but not much to speak of. It's really like this is where it's even better because you can see it get really tight. It's tighter, and you're getting to what, what's his name? Alan Hall, the guy Hall created the Hall indicator, where you come to a point of agreement where something gets really tight and it's a point of agreement. So then as you break out of this box, you can break down or break up, you're looking for it to clear highs. So that's it right there. You had a buy signal before, but it's just like choppy. You don't really want to be trading it in here. You know, you take it here. Maybe you're holding it as it goes sideways, but now it breaks out of that consolidation there on huge volume. And that is where you'd want to hold it. So if you're just holding the whole time up here, there's no reason to even consider selling. Or, you know, you take your profits and you leave a runner, and then here maybe you get out on this moving average cross. So that's a nice leg, that move right there, 75%. You could even if you bought it from that high, but I think this was such nice tight action. So then you come in here, you get sell signals. There's one. Now here's some sell signals. Now it's trying to reverse that trend. But we're under a declining 50. So here's where it starts to change character. Right? You get that ascending wedge. Then you get the wedge pop. And you have a pretty good smooth ride up for the most part. Right? So anyway, this is going, let's see, Bitfarm, a lot of these Bitcoin miners, right? So that's the other thing is, what's the group doing? What's the news? What's the market doing? The market was really hot. The market was very hot during this time period. And these were the leaders, all of the Bitcoiners. MSTR was the first one to go. One of the first ones out of the gates in coin. Right? So signals forms a sideways action after coming up. Nice uptrend, downtrend, nice uptrend. Now, I would expect it. You could get something like that, or you could get some sideways. But if I were going to take it long again, I'd want to see a nice nice base. Maybe it comes down, then it goes sideways and it's chopping around in here, shaking people out. Then it breaks out, and I'd want to get it like as it's breaking out of this here. Okay, and then maybe you could even add as it breaks above this high over here. So that is your cup. Maybe it forms a nice little handle like that, and then you can get in on a buy signal here. All right, and that's looking at Carvana now. CVNA, let's go. Yeah, you got selling in here, but look at that. Right, you're still holding above here, here. You've got the anchored VWAP from this breakout that it broke below. I can't even put this one with that volume. So you got some potential support in here, but now if you get a buy signal above, you know, breaking above here, you enter, and then it can make another run. So I would not be looking to take this short. Maybe if we had to add like a nice sell signal, like something like that. But that's setting up. It really is. And it you know, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything. It's just like, this is what I would be looking for, is we get the buy signal. We might not. I mean, odds are we probably won't. So it's all signals and kind of thinking ahead, being prepared mentally, visualizing what it could look like. You know, like here you had that little handle and you broke out, but it was only a 2-day move. So, you know, that's kind of a signal in itself. Like maybe the market is tired. You know, same thing here. What are you seeing across other charts? So if a lot of these are failing and Carvana does break out, I might be a little quicker to take a profit. DRCT, that had a really nice run up. And then you had a sell signal, and then you broke below it, right? So maybe you're holding. Okay, you have a runner. You're not selling it yet. Now it breaks this low. Now you're out. Definitely out here. Let's look at the weekly on that. So you're in a downtrend. Now you're going sideways. That's a change of character. And then massive volume. The dollar volume of that week was 92 million. The week before, 140,000. So 92 divided by, what would that be, 0.14? I don't know. Does it tell you? Yeah. All right, let's keep going. IMGN, this is Gappy. Again, I did trade this one as a broke above. I day traded it this day. Look, buy signal. Yeah, you get signals here, but no follow through. Here you get the follow through, and then it makes a nice run up. Now you get the sell signal, but in the context of an uptrend. Okay. Alma. Clean spark. Choppy. I might not have traded this. I didn't trade it, but just looking out, it made some clean moves in the past. So, but this is a weekly chart, right? Right. So that's a weekly base of 15 weeks, and a cup, no handle, or actually more of a double bottom here, like that. And that breaks out from the high, runs 159%, 25. Actually, let's look at it from here. About a $30 move, 177%. And let's look at it from there to there. So first leg, second leg, then it has a long pullback. Now you got a first leg, and now maybe we get some basing. AFRM. I did a long video on that one, so I'll skip over it. Coin. So on the year, up 385% on the year. And it all started here with a Biosignal. The second week of January. You get this long consolidation. Biosignal, follow through, breakout. This week alone it was up 33%. And then it pulls back 36%. So anything from 30 to 50%, that's okay. Pulls back, and then you get the buy signal right there. Shakeout. I think this was the first week they were talking about the ETF news or whatever. And I know I took this, I came in on a Monday, I believe it was. And I took this long with some size, and I got stopped out for a loss. And that made me a little bit bitter. And part of the reason I missed the initial move of a lot of these Bitcoiners. But that, that's why looking at a weekly chart does help, and doing like a weekly review. So this runs all the way up, and now you're getting a potential sell signal with the volume coming in. If you look at the daily on this, just look at all the green volume that we had on this run up. Look, it's all green. A little bit of red there. Now you're starting to see some red. Maybe some exhaustion. But no, it just keeps on going. That's such a huge move, right? And you'd want to be, if you get in here, you're scaling out, maybe. But you could just have held this whole time if you used the moving average as your stop. Sierra. Shot. This one had a nice move. And this kind of long consolidation. I mean, that was pretty much a year cup and handle. Right. So it moves up from a buy signal and makes a move of almost 300%. Then it breaks out and runs up. In 3 weeks, 217%. Right, very similar to Mara. But they didn't have the earnings like Mara had. See, if you look at Mara, look at the earnings growth and the sales growth. Again, changing character, clear downtrend. Now we're changing character, forming a cup, curling up. Okay, and I took it in here. I didn't like this price action, got out. Didn't lose any money on it. I think I made a little bit. IMNM STR. Medical instruments PLSE. Here's a buy signal. Continuation setups. Buy signal. Continuation. Another buy signal here. Makes a move of 88%. And then right there, if you're getting in, sending wedge, breaks out there, and in the context of it's like the third leg. SYM, this is a bigger mover earlier in the year. So now it's consolidating. It's holding this gap. I'd be looking for this to tighten up and for buy signals. So let's get at the weekly on this. Yeah, look at this buy signal, another buy signal on massive volume, and now it's flagging out. So the weekly is getting tight. All right, so maybe we get a shakeout, trap some shorts, and then run up. But yeah, huge buy signal here. If you just put your buy stop order above it, and you have a game plan, maybe you're just going to hold as long as it's above the 10 week. But you establish that ahead of the trade, whatever your plan is going to be. Now you get a sell signal here, so maybe you get out that week, but the next week it kind of bounces back. That's a daily. Yep. So sell signals like this above a rise 10-day, I would typically, I mean, you want to take your profit on the way up, right? But I wouldn't be taking that short. Right? I'd be looking at, okay, this is good. What's the next candle? Now, if the next candle is another sell signal, or it's breaking down on volume, look at this. There's no volume on this either. The volume is lower than the day before. Same with that one. So then it's running up more. Now it starts to lose momentum. Buy signal. And this video is a bit longer than I wanted it to be. I'm going to have to take a break here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, please give me a like, comment, give me feedback, and subscribe.